8th, 2026. We do have a public hearing and an informational hearing, so we will begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please all rise. Frank, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. A roll.
Patrick Calpin.
Present.
Julianne Nolan. Present. Jerry O'Neill.
Present.
Edward Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Dan Trushin.
Present.
Frank Santos. Vinnie Biondo. Emily Mole. Rich Casey. That's it?
We have a quorum?
Yes, you do.
All right, we have a quorum. Before we start the public hearing and the informational hearing, the planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void.
First item on the agenda is a public hearing for a minor subdivision, job number PLAN 26-2, R&J Holdings of LINY LLC. Proposes to subdivide a 20,000 square foot lot into 3 lots in order to construct 2 new 2-story single-family dwellings on lots 1 and 2 and legally maintain the existing 2-story single-family dwelling on lot 3.
All right, please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell Blanda, Visconti, with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
All right, counsel, have you had the opportunity to review the memo from the Commissioner Denise Graziano dated May 11th, 2026?
Yes.
Are there any issues, any concerns that you'd like to bring to the attention to the board regarding?
No.
Okay,
No
please
issues.
proceed. Thank you.
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner, R&J Holdings of LINY LLC, in connection with this 3-lot subdivision. Only 2 out of the 3 parcels required variances. Lot 3 has an existing house on it, and it fully conformed and did not need variances. The ZBA granted all of our required variances back in December of 2025. The property is located on the northwest corner of New Avenue and Lund Street in Wyandanch. It has a lot area of 20,000 square feet, and it is zoned Residence C. So this parcel is just about 3 times what's required. It's presently improved with a 2-story dwelling that does have a CO. It's known as 245 New Avenue, and all utilities and sewers are readily available to the site. We're seeking to subdivide the parcel into 3 lots and construct a new 2 new single-family homes while maintaining the existing dwelling. We kept the variances to a minimum, just so the board is aware of the variances we got. We only sought front street and lot area. There were no setback, building area, or height variances required. So lot 1 was granted variances for lot area of 6,200 square feet and frontage from 75 to 62, and then the same was granted for lot 2. So that was also a 62 by 100 foot parcel. Again, we met all the setback requirements. The applicant tried to design a home that would fit the lot. Each home is a 2-story single-family dwelling with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and an internal garage. It's about 1.5 cars, so it does have a little extra storage for the homeowner, and there's an unfinished basement. If we look at the elevations, the architect tried to make the homes all look a little bit different. Where, like on lot 1, we have horizontal siding, a main hip roof, and then stone finish where you see the garage and the window above. And then that's different from lot 2 is kind of a mirrored version of what lots 1 and 3 would look like, in that there's a stone finish on what you see on the first floor, horizontal siding on the second floor, and then a gable roof, which is basically the ridge running side to side versus a pyramid shape. So there was thought put into having the homes look different from each other, while still being attractive. We, again, agree to all the covenants, single family, owner occupied, no accessory apartment. There are similar lots in the area. The most recent approval for a similar application was to the east, about 10 houses down. That was approved in 2023 for 62.5 by 100 as a subdivision. It's a mixed area, but there are a lot of 60-footers along this stretch of New Avenue. So we do feel that it's compatible with the area, and it'll be a nice, attractive upgrade for the community. If the board has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions? No? Frank?
You said it's a full basement, but
It's an
not,
unfinished basement.
but unfinished?
Yes.
Okay. Is there an outside entrance?
No. It's egress window well.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? I just have a question. I'm not sure. Is this in the Southwest Sewer District?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I know we have sewer access. I'm not 100% positive what sewer district it's in.
Well, if you have sewer access.
It should be in the Southwest.
There's only one place that goes to, which is the Southwest Sewer District. Because I know, I asked because it's been expanded.
Right, and they're
over
still
the years.
expanding, yeah.
Okay. And of course, the county has a program where they are expanding sewers in, communities that are adjacent to a sewer district, like the
Right.
Southwest, to provide that service. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much. Is there you have anybody here you want to show off? Are you with cannabis? Okay, fine. All right, fine. We're good. All right, is there anyone from the public here that would like to address the board? I don't see anyone here and from the board, so let's we're gonna, hold on, where is this? Okay. All right, so I'm going to request a motion from the board to close this hearing and to reserve decisions. Motion by Frank. Second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. The decision has been reserved in order for us to review any feedback and to get an answer to the question I asked about the sewer district. So we're going to reserve our decision, but the record will always remain open for written comments for the time being. And to follow up on the status of the application or to submit any additional written comments, anybody listening to this or here, you can contact the planning department in a number of different ways. In person, planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents and plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone 631-957-3103 or via email planningcomments@townofbablinny.gov.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yes.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Conditions for Lot 1 through 3, item number 8 reflects houses must be connected to the sewer district.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention and have it be part of the record. Okay.
Okay, so item B, informational hearing, site plan review, job number HPLN-15, 25-41A, Dimpalbem Patel, proposes interior alterations to an existing 1,890 square foot tenant space with an 8,000 square foot warehouse in order to change the use to a cannabis dispensary.
Okay.
Good evening.
Who's here on behalf of the applicant? Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Rachel Shelfo, Farrell Fritz, PC, 100 Motor Parkway, Hauppauge, New York, for the applicant.
All right. Have you had the opportunity to review the memo regarding this application dated the 12th of May from Denise Graziano, Commissioner of Planning?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Are there any issues, any concerns, anything that you would like to bring to the board's attention regarding any of the conditions, covenants, and restrictions?
No.
No. Okay, so your client will, of course, meet all the covenants and restrictions.
Yes, we agree.
All right, please proceed.
Good evening, everyone. Rachel Shelfo, Farrell Fritz, PC. I'm a land use, municipal, and zoning attorney with the law firm of Farrell Fritz. I am here representing the applicant Island Leaf LLC. We are missing one of our team tonight, but I did want to introduce Stephanie Schumann, who's part of that team. Stephanie is Leaf Legal, and she filed this application on the applicant's behalf. She's a legal consultant to the applicant. She represents applicants for cannabis retail licenses. She's successfully obtained more than, actually 53 retail cannabis locations in New York. Being that there were only 500 or so retail cannabis locations, doing that easy math, Stephanie, who's part of this team, has represented more than 10% of the successful cannabis retailers in the state of New York. I am wondering if she had some trouble with the trains because she was coming out from New York City.
Well, you know, she sure does, unless she's hitchhiking, she's not going to make it.
I mean, at that point, you see that, you got to just jump in an Uber at like 3 p.m. and
All
that's
right,
it.
well,
I don't know.
I get it, so continue, please.
So also present is Alex Pito from Combined Resources on the architecture, and then Mason Burgesson, who is a project manager at Phronesis Engineering, and they're here to answer any questions which I may not be able to, or to assist in this presentation, I should say. So this property is located at 9 Mahan Street in West Babylon. It is Suffolk County Tax Map number 78, Block 1, Lot 12.001. This property is located on the east side of Mahan Street, 275 feet north of Edison Avenue. I took pictures this morning so that you guys would have the most up-to-date photos of what the site looks like. The grass is nice and green, being the time of year, and so I always want you guys to see the most updated view. So those should be circulating up there. So this property is an existing developed lot. It is 100 feet in width by 190 in depth for a total of a 19,000 square foot parcel. It is developed with an existing one-story building. The building is 53 by approximately 146.5. This lot is zoned GB industrial. The building and the site is in pretty good shape. There's a nice grass lawn in front of the building, some existing landscaping right adjacent to at the front of the building. There is zero outside storage going on at the premises. It is actually kind of blocked off with a thin rope right now, so no one can get into the site. It is a developed site with a paved parking lot, 17 parking spaces, and there's existing septic and drainage. And like I said, I took those photos this morning. This building is in character with what is surrounding the building. So to the north and west, we have similarly zoned GB industrial, and to the east and south, we have GA. Right nearby, there's a couple buildings in a row that look like they were developed sort of the same way on the same size lot, right, with a long kind of inline building and then a parking lot on the other side of the parcel. So this application is to convert just the first unit or the frontmost unit of the existing building to retail cannabis sales. This is allowed for this parcel with a special use permit from the zoning board, right? So these types of uses need to be in the G industrial zone, which this is. The plan for the remainder of the building is accessory storage only. There is no plan to lease out the other units. Any delivery vehicles that they may ultimately use in connection with this would be stored inside the building. They're not intending to commence operations with a delivery use, but they have those spaces inside the building for storage of vehicles. And in fact, they'd be agreeing to a condition and a covenant that would say no outside storage as part of this application. So everything would have to be inside. Site plan improvements include an upgraded parking lot, 2 new handicap spaces, a new dumpster enclosure, all to today's specifications, right? Because this is an existing developed site and we're just fixing it up and making it better, working with what's there, but bringing it up to today's standards. The building will be painted in accordance with the color rendering. And I just wanted to point the board's attention to one of the buildings on the block I saw. It's number 31, and it's kind of almost at the back of your of your packet. But why I took a photo of this is because they had repainted a building on the block, a similar size building, similar layout, in the same fashion that we are seeking to do herein. They have a black at the bottom, we'd have a little bit of a stripe at the top. But I just wanted to point this out because I think that a coat of paint on a building that's otherwise in good shape could really go a long way. So if you look at the one with the 31 on the back, it's kind of similar to what we're proposing to do herein. So I wanted to show you guys that. Signage is going to be modest. This isn't a very loud or a loud or sort of distracting type of sign. It'll be modest in size and sort of understated, in my opinion. We stated that there will be a repaving of the lot, addition of ADA parking spaces, crosswalk to be able to enter the store from the handicap spaces, repair and replacement of drainage collars and castings, and updated refuse enclosure, bollards for safety at any door locations, and any and all other improvements to satisfy the town's comments. So I always like to tell you where we go next, so you know where this is in the context of the overall application. So where we go next, assuming we get the positive decision of this board and the stamp to move ahead, we will be going to the ZBA for a special use permit to allow for this use, and one minor parking variance, which I want to talk about, even though this isn't the zoning board, very quickly. We will need a parking variance from 22 spaces to 19, but this is a rare circumstance where this is truly a paper variance. It's a variance on paper only. And why do I say that? We were required to count 10% office for each of the units within the building, even though there are no offices in those buildings now, nor is there plan for any offices in that building. That is a requirement of the building department when they're looking at an application like this. They make sure that every standalone unit is sort of calculated that way to kind of head off parking issues down the road. But in this case, they're not there now. There's no plan to have them. And because this is going to really be storage only that is accessory and attendant to this use, we don't see that that will ever be an issue. So we started off with no parking variance, and once you applied that rule, we need a 3-space variance now, but it's not something that we actually have on the site, and we don't expect any sort of issue because of it. The rear 2/3 of the building will remain as storage use, warehouse use, accessory to this use, and no office space will be contained therein. That is all I have on my direct presentation. We have two very smart gentlemen here to answer any more detailed questions that you may have on the site plan. And I am very bummed that Stephanie isn't here because she is extremely sharp on cannabis uses, having represented a number in the industry. I thought you guys would have liked to hear from her, and I can't speak to what might have happened. So I do apologize for that.
Good. All right. Do any of the board members have any questions? Yes. Yes, Julianne?
The picture that you presented to us that you stated you took this morning shows automobiles parked on the grass.
Oh,
Who's maintaining those automobiles?
so I didn't get to tell you something very important, which is our site is only the first couple of pictures, and then I took some pictures of the surrounding sites that are around it. So those were actually next door, down the block. There was some outside storage in the community, but not on this particular site.
Thank you for clarifying.
Not a problem.
Jerry?
Yeah, one question. The application says that you're not going to rent out any space for storage, but I don't see that as a covenant or a restriction.
Well, we didn't want to be sort of limited going into the future, because if there was to be an individual that just needed to maybe store something internal, but we do have that no outside storage, we have that no outside storage of materials, no outside storage of vehicles. So it is a CO'd building for warehouse storage, so I wouldn't want to lose something that kind of is inherent with the building. That is not the plan. It is not being marketed right now. They do want it for their own use, and they do have this idea that if we expand down the road into the delivery space, which they're not going to start out that way, but the idea being that we can kind of put those delivery vehicles in the other garage doors.
Okay, do the parking requirements that you're going for a variance, does that take that space in the back as simply
It does.
dead storage?
No,
Or
it
did
actually doesn't. It takes it as not dead storage. They took it as office as well, even though there's no office
Okay,
in there.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, good, thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, Juan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Because of the nature of the business, do you have to retrofit any of the security features on the building, or is what's in place right now sufficient for your business?
So there is very specific state requirements that come into play for security in the unit, right? So that is going to be fully secure with a full camera system. So that is something that needs to be implemented. So I don't know if I'd say retrofitted, because I think it's probably just totally new.
All right, Dan?
I noticed in the renderings before that the signage was up there, and I noticed that on the signage, the actual pot leaf is on the building, which I don't believe is per code, per section 213-166.4D. The marijuana leaf's not allowed on the signage.
Okay. So that is not actually up now?
No, I know.
Oh, okay,
It's
that's just
proposed.
what's
Yeah.
proposed. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were speaking about two different things. So that's something we could absolutely take a look at, and if it needs to be remedied, we will gladly do that. We're not intending to violate any ordinance. We were trying not to violate the town's sign code. I gave them the dimensions on how big it needed to be on the wall. So I don't know, like, I know what you're saying. I'm not sure, like, is that like intended to be more of an abstraction? I don't know, but that's something I would happily
Look, we all know what
at.
it looks like. Okay. I get the intent. Go ahead, Frank.
Right, the intent.
You mentioned about site work upgrades.
Yes.
The existing curb cut. There was a photo in there, and I think also in your packet, that shows the existing curb cut with a lot of damage to it.
Yes.
Is the intention to redo the existing
So
curb cut?
we're redoing the existing
do-
curb cut, right?
Do one of your associates want to come up
Yeah.
and walk us
Mason,
through
do you
the
want to
site
come
plan?
up?
That would be great. Sir, please state your name and address for the record.
Mason Bergerson, 1601 Veterans Memorial Highway, Islandia, New York.
Okay, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Yep. Okay, please proceed regarding the site plan.
So, yeah,
And that question. Go ahead.
We are replacing the curbing along there and repairing it as needed with the asphalt. And
So the curb cut in particular I'm asking about, because in the curb cut, the pictures that they showed here and the one there, the curb cut was damaged. And if you are going to replace it, I want to just make sure you're going to replace it with the town specs. If you look at the damage there's a lot of cracked pieces, and I believe, just based on the look there too, it also looks like a tripping hazard. But more importantly, it also is the cracked apron.
yeah, I don't know if the current plan has the concrete being replaced. That's something we could definitely add. We're replacing all the asphalt. So if that's something that the board would like to see, we can definitely
Can you
add
look into
that.
that and also look into doing it under the town specs?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Okay,
Two questions.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes,
just ask
please.
a question. I think that the question was getting to the point as to whether the new curbing was going to allow for a modification of the entryway to meet the town specs in terms of width of the entryway.
The width can't be accommodated because the way that the existing parking is and the building, it can't be to the width of the town specification. but, because if widening it anymore would not make it in line with the building, because there's only that between the parking and the building there, it's already the maximum it really can be. It could be repaired to the town specifications, but the concrete and the slopes and everything, that could be done.
But not the width, you said?
Not the width, no.
Well, your council may even know better than I for various reasons, but I was told that the specifications say that it's supposed to be 35 feet wide at the road intersection. So how is that going to be addressed? Maybe this can be answered by council.
Yeah,
moving
I could
forward with
answer.
planning.
So we did advise planning during the review process that could not be accommodated based on the existing layout of the site, the location of the building, and the location of the parking spaces. And that was deemed an acceptable response for us to come to this board. So, I mean, based on the existing nonconformities, the location of the building, which isn't changing, right? And to have those parking lot spaces be functional, they need to line up with that curb cut. So we actually previously responded, we know we can't do that in this case. Now, fixing something that's there, that is totally the intent here. And if it doesn't specifically say the concrete as well as the pavement, the intent is that we're gonna fix anything that's broken.
Commissioner, I recall when you were commissioner, I know what your decision would be about that. So I suggest you advise your client regarding that broken up apron.
Yes. No, I agree with that, yes.
Okay, that's between you and your
Yeah,
client.
yeah, of course. I don't anticipate that being an issue.
Yeah, I know, Dan.
The two things. One, is the signage on the exterior of the building, is it going to be backlit, or is there going to be some type of lighting from the ground or attached to the building and lighting it?
So that would be more Alex on the architecture side. So if we
Alex,
could,
come on up.
yeah, if we could swear in Mr.
Please
Pino.
state your name and address for the record.
Alex Pito, 155 First Street, Suite 102, Mineola, New York.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please. Go on.
From the discussion with the tenant, I don't know if they really have a preference yet. We're kind of up to whatever you guys feel is appropriate on it.
To be determined.
Right. And to your point, we can always change it. We wanted to put something up there that met the size requirements and give you something to look at to comment on.
Thank you. And then my other question was, given the fact that your client is going to be owning this building, correct?
Yes.
So the warehouse space that is going to be used for nothing right now, just there, is there going to have to be any improvements between that block wall for what the dispensary and retail space will be versus the actual warehouse?
Theoretically, no. We provided the separation between the retail and the warehouse. There's existing block walls that are shown there now. Knowing the tenant, they'll probably do some of their own storage. They have other businesses related to, but not in the cannabis industry.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board regarding this application? Well, there's no one from the public here, so let me ask for a motion to close this informational hearing. A motion by Julianne. Second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. This informational hearing has been closed. This really doesn't apply, but I'll state it for the record anyway. The decision has been reserved in order for us to review the feedback we've received in any open site plans, like the issue of the curb and all that stuff. So you'll get back to that. To follow up on the application or make any comments, you can contact the planning department in a number of different ways. In person, planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between 9 a.m. and 4, or by phone 631-957-3103, or by planning comments at townofbabylonny.gov. And the reason why we say this, even though there's no one from the public here, we do broadcast these, so we want to make sure that people who may be listening can contact the planning department. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Okay, so that concludes our last